Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep into Spanish antonyms today.
Oh, those opposite words.
Yeah, exactly. And we've got this awesome YouTube video by Jaime Lara. He's a Spanish teacher, and he put together this fun lesson. And, well, we're not just learning vocab here.
No, antonyms can really unlock some cultural insights, can't they?
Totally.
Hmm.
It's not just like memorizing a list, right?
Yeah.
It's about understanding how these words,
They show us the culture's values, their priorities, even their history, I think.
yeah, like cobrar and pagar, charge and pay.
At first glance, pretty basic. But maybe they hint at how important financial transactions are in the culture.
Oh, interesting.
Think about it. Spain's had this long history of trade and commerce.
Wow. Yeah, all the way back to the Roman Empire.
Right. So maybe we see some of that reflected in the language.
It's like these words. They're carrying echoes of the past.
I like that. Echoes of the past.
And speaking of history, Jaime Lara had this pair, madrugar and trasnochar.
To get up early and to stay up late.
Exactly. Does that tell us anything about Spanish sleep schedules, maybe? Or social habits?
It's interesting when you consider the whole siesta tradition.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
It kind of paints this picture of a society with a different relationship to time and rest compared to, well, other parts of the world.
Totally. It's like these antonyms are showing us the rhythm of daily life there.
Exactly, the rhythm of daily life.
And then you have pairs like desayunar and cenar, breakfast and dinner.
Why those meals, right, out of all of them?
Not exactly the most obvious pairing.
But it could be that those two meals are extra special in Spanish culture.
How so?
Well, maybe they're more social, more ritualistic than other meals.
Oh, that's a good thought.
We all know how important food is in Spanish life, so it's interesting to consider how these antonyms might reflect that.
This is so cool. Oh, and Jaime Lara included this pair that made me laugh. Gondolier and trabajar.
Idle and work.
Yes, the way he uses gondolier is hilarious. It's like this playful way of saying goofing off, take it easy, enjoying life.
It almost seems like gondolier has this positive connotation to it. Like it's not just laziness, it's a choice to savor that downtime.
I love that. And you know what? It actually fits with what we were saying earlier.
About
Spanish culture embracing a slower pace.
a sense of enjoyment in the moment.
It all connects. I love how these antonyms are really building this bigger picture for us.
They really are. It's fascinating.
Absolutely. And there was another pair that stood out to me, approximar and alahar.
To approximate and to walk away.
Yeah. It makes me think about how important physical proximity is. Spatial awareness.
Like navigating space is a really conscious act.
Exactly. Like maybe there's this heightened awareness of personal space.
Or a deeper understanding of how physical distance, affects relationships.
I'm realizing that learning Spanish, it's not just grammar and vocabulary.
They're learning a whole new way of seeing the world. I love it. And May has a bunch more pairings in this video that are just as insightful.
Oh, I can't wait to dive into those. But let's take a quick pause for now. We'll be back in a bit to explore even more. Okay, we're back. Ready for more of these, cultural gems hiding in Spanish antonyms? I'm still thinking about gondolier.
Oh, that word is so evocative.
It really is.
It reminds me of that Spanish concept, sobremesa.
Sobremesa.
Yeah. It's that time you spend, lingering at the table after a meal, talking, enjoying everyone's company.
I love that.
So, gondolier, it's not just being lazy, right? It's about savoring those moments, connection, relaxation.
It makes me want to book a flight to Spain right now.
Me too.
Oh, and speaking of experiences, what about approximar and alejar?
To approximate and to walk away.
Right. I wonder if this connects to Spain's history at all. All those diverse cultures living so close together.
That's an interesting thought. Spain has been a crossroads for centuries, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Moors, Romans, Catholic monarchs.
Exactly. So maybe this constant mix of different groups led to a heightened awareness of personal space.
And how you approach and withdraw from people.
Right. Like those words reflect a sensitivity to the subtleties of interacting.
This Jaime Lara video has really got me thinking.
Me too.
Oh, another pair that I found really interesting was exteriorizar and interiorizar.
To externalize and to internalize.
What do you think?
They make me think about, the balance between our inner world and how we express ourselves outwardly.
Oh, right.
So maybe Spanish culture values both, introspection and the ability to really articulate your thoughts and feelings.
It makes me think of Spanish art. in music.
How so?
How emotions are always so vividly expressed.
Ah, I see what you mean, like flamenco dancing.
Yes,
So
exactly.
powerful, so emotional. A beautiful example of exteriorizing those deep feelings.
Okay, got to ask you about this one. Bendecir and maldecir. To bless and to curse,
Wow. Yeah. Those words carry a lot of weight, don't they?
historically and culturally, for sure.
Definitely. It makes me think about the Catholic influence in Spain.
Oh, of course.
Blessings and curses, they're very rooted in religious tradition, so it's fascinating to see how those concepts show up in the language.
You know, it also makes me think about the power of words in Spanish culture.
The power of words.
Like, they're not just expressions, they're almost actions. Like, they can influence events or people's lives.
That's insightful. It ties back to what we talked about earlier
About,
about expression being so important in Spanish
all
culture.
right.
Words have a real force,
Yeah.
a power to shape reality.
This is incredible. It's like all these antonym pairs, they're like puzzle pieces.
Right.
And as we put them together,
We see a clearer picture of the culture,
exactly, like we're deciphering a code, a cultural code.
one antonym at a time.
Love it. And, Himilura has even more of these thought-provoking pairs for us.
Oh, he does.
He does. But first, let's take a moment to, gather our thoughts. We'll be back in a bit to dive into some more. We're back, and I am so ready for more. It's amazing how these antonyms, they're like these little windows into a whole different way of thinking.
It really is. It's amazing how these simple word pairings can show us so much about a culture's values, their perspectives. What's got you thinking now?
I've been thinking about this pair, enseñar and aprender.
To teach and to learn.
Right. They seem so basic, but I feel like there's more to it.
Well, they are fundamental, you're right. And the fact that Jaime Lara, he chose to highlight them, it could mean that teaching and learning, they're really interconnected in the culture.
How so?
It's not just one person teaching and the other learning, right? It's more like this shared journey of discovery.
I love that, a shared journey. It reminds me of tertulias, those informal gatherings in Spanish culture, where people come together, discuss ideas, share knowledge.
Exactly. It's like learning is this communal activity, a way to connect, to grow together.
Makes sense. And that communal aspect maybe shows up in other areas of Spanish life too,
Right.
like how important family and community are. It's not just about individual achievement. It's about, like, supporting each other,
Yeah.
learning from each other.
You're seeing a theme here.
I think so. It's
Yeah.
focused on connection,
Yeah.
shared experience. It seems to be everywhere. Okay, here's another one. Tenor and caresser.
To have and to lack.
Yeah. I feel like these words go deeper than just, material things.
I agree. It's about a deeper understanding of abundance and scarcity, like what we truly value, what we maybe yearn for.
Right.
Perhaps Spanish culture, it recognizes that material wealth, it's not permanent. So it's important to appreciate what we have right now.
It reminds me of that concept, duende.
Oh, tell me more about that.
It's that, like, almost mystical quality, of passion, intensity. It's often associated with flamenco.
I see.
And it's like recognizing that true richness comes from within, from those moments of, deep feeling.
Connection. Beautiful. And speaking of connection, we can't forget this last pair, reír and llorar.
To laugh and to cry.
Yeah.
They seem so universal. But I feel like there's a cultural side to them, too.
You're right, they are universal. But how they're expressed, how they're seen, that can be different in every culture.
Right.
Maybe in Spanish culture, there's this greater acceptance of the whole range of human emotions.
So it's not about hiding sadness or forcing happiness. It's more about embracing it all, the
Yeah.
natural ups and downs.
Exactly. Think about flamenco again, that passionate outpouring of emotion.
Oh, yeah. It's celebrating both joy and sorrow, recognizing they're both essential parts of life.
And it reminds us that no matter our differences, our cultures, we're all connected by these human experiences.
This has been incredible. We've learned so much about Spanish culture just from looking at these word pairs.
It shows us that language, it's not just about communicating. It's a way to understand the soul of a culture.
Before we go, I want to leave you with something to think about. Take a look at the antonyms in your own language. What can they tell you? About your culture's values, its beliefs. It's a whole adventure waiting to be explored. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Spanish antonyms.